Welcome into another episode of Today in the NA. I'm your host, Vinny Paracelli. We are 1 week away from the start of the Robertson Cup Championship. The Wilkes-Barre Scranton Knights are on their way to Minnesota, and 3 teams are looking to join them tonight. The Shreveport Mudbugs, the Janesville Jets, and the Minot Minotauros all have the opportunity to punch their ticket to Blaine in just a few hours. Meanwhile, the Fairbanks Ice Dogs, Lone Star Brahmas, and Austin Bruins will look to extend their seasons at least another 24 hours. Before we break down the division finals, let's take a look at the latest NAHL players to make NCAA commitments. Our first commitment of the show is Patrick Harrington of the Northeast Generals. The defenseman from Stoneham, Massachusetts, will be heading off to UMass Boston. Harrington scored 1 goal and had 14 points in 52 games this season. Brendan Skarda of the Minnesota Magicians has committed to Tufts University. The forward has 12 goals and 30 points this season for the Magicians. In 118 career NAHL games, Skarda finished with 24 goals and 64 points. Finally, Brandon Stanley of the Philadelphia Rebels has committed to Niagara University. The Sioux Lookout, Ontario native, had 18 goals and 32 points during the regular season, but Stanley really came alive in the postseason as he had 5 goals and 9 points in 8 playoff games. He was also selected to the East Division Top Prospects team. On to the Robertson Cup playoffs. The Wilkes-Barre Scranton Knights are headed to Blaine, Minnesota for the Robertson Cup Championship after they swept the top-seeded Philadelphia Rebels in 3 games. We showed the Knights Game 1 victory last week. They went on to win Game 2 by a score of 5-4. Jack Olmsted had 2 points, while Tyrone Bronte and Jeff Bertrand had a goal and an assist. In Game 3, it was Bronte and Kidney scoring for the Knights, while Christian Stover made 39 saves in the clinching game as the Knights advanced to their first Robertson Cup tournament in franchise history. In the Central Division, the 4th-seeded Minot Minotauros have the Austin Bruins on the ropes and can finish the job tonight or tomorrow on home ice. Minot won Game 1 in Austin by a score of 4-1. Alex Adams, Grant Loven, Keenan Lund, and Austin Koss all scored for Minot in the win. Samu Lonkila was great once again as he allowed 1 goal on 24 shots. In Game 2, the Minotauros defeated the Bruins 3-2 in overtime as David Risenden scored twice, including the game-winning goal. Taylor Lance had a goal and an assist in the victory. In the Midwest Division, the Janesville Jets left Fairbanks with a 2-1 series lead as they took Game 1 6-4. Sam Renlund, who may be the hottest player in the playoffs right now, had a goal and 3 assists, while TJ Polglaze had 4 helpers. Jack Vincent had 2 goals as well. Fairbanks took Game 2 as Nolan Schaefer scored with 3.6 seconds left in regulation to give the Ice Dogs a 3-2 victory, which evened the series at 1 game apiece. Then on Sunday, Janesville took back the series lead as they defeated the Ice Dogs 3-2 in overtime. Simon Saglisser scored the game-winning goal, and Sam Renlund scored another 2 goals, which gives him 7 goals in 6 postseason games. In the South Division, we haven't seen too many goals as the teams have combined for just 4 goals in the 2 games so far. Shreveport has scored 3 of those 4 goals, and that's why they have a 2-0 series lead as the series shifts to Lone Star tonight and, if necessary, tomorrow. Jordan Fader has scored in both games for the Mudbugs, while Robert Bartnowski's scored the other Shreveport goal. Steven Ippery has the only goal so far for Lone Star. Both Mitchell Gibson of the Brahmas and Jackson Castor of the Mudbugs have been nearly perfect through the first 2 games of this series. After tonight, we could have our Robertson Cup Championship field set, so don't miss out on the division finals. You can watch all 3 of tonight's games live on Hockey TV. Follow the North American Hockey League on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat to stay up to date on the Robertson Cup playoffs. If you want to see the Robertson Cup in person, be sure to go to robertsoncup.com and book your hotel and rental car. Ticket information can also be found there as well. Next Friday, join us as we break down all 4 participants in the Robertson Cup Championship. Until then, thanks for watching. My name is Vinny Paracelli, and we'll see you next time in Minnesota.